Now we start with fifth part of fifth question. This part is again very important from exam point of view. Cos a minus sin a plus 1 upon cos a plus sin a minus 1 is equal to cosecant a plus cotangent a. You have to prove this identity using cosecant square a is equal to 1 plus cot square. When it is mentioned you have to this identity, then you have to do the question using the same identity. Otherwise these are such questions that can be done with other methods also. We can use any other identity also and it will be solved. But when it is mentioned that you have to use this identity, then you have to be careful that you are using only that identity to prove it. Now again, in left hand side I am dividing it by sin a. Numerator and denominator, both numerator and denominator, I am dividing each and every term by sin a. Cos a by sin a by sin a gives you 1 and 1 by sin a. And in the denominator, cos a by sin a by sin a gives you 1 and minus 1 by sin a. So cos a by sin a becomes cotangent a, 1 as it is, 1 by sin a is cosecant a, and in the denominator again cotangent a plus 1 minus cosecant a. I have just rearranged these terms. Cotangent a plus cosecant a I have written collectively and minus 1 is separated, and cotangent a minus cosecant a plus 1. Just rearrange the terms for my convenience. Now I have seen that this is 1 and I know the identity cosecant square theta plus 1 is equal to cotangent square theta. But cosecant square theta is equal to 1 plus cotangent square theta. So I can write as cosecant square theta minus cotangent square theta is equal to 1. I can use this identity also. So I am replacing this 1 by cosecant square a minus cotangent square a. I am using this identity. This was the identity given to us and I am using it. That 1 can be replaced by cosecant square a minus cotangent square a. So I have replaced. Now you can see this is cotangent a plus cosecant square minus cotangent square a. So this is again can be written as a plus b, a minus b. I can write it in two brackets. In two brackets means cosecant square a plus cotangent a, cosecant a minus cotangent a. So I am taking cotangent a, cosecant a plus cotangent a common. I take first term as it is and minus I am separating it cosecant plus cotangent a and cosecant a minus cotangent a. In the two, a square minus b square can be written as a plus b, a minus b. So denominator is as it is. So what I am left with? Now you can see the term which is common, cot a plus cosecant a. Here it is cot a plus cosecant a. I can take it common. Cot a plus cosecant a can be taken common. So from the first bracket I am having only 1 left minus with in bracket cosecant a minus cotangent a. And in the denominator we are having the same. We are not changing anything in the denominator. It remains as it is, cotangent a minus cosecant a and plus 1. So first term cotangent a plus cosecant a and in the bracket 1 minus cosecant a. You can see this is the same term which is in the denominator. So it gets cancelled. Cotangent a minus cosecant a plus 1. These terms get cancelled. So you are left with cotangent a plus cosecant a which is equal to right hand side. Very important question using the same identity which was given to you. So same identity to be used. Sixth part, 1 plus sin a upon 1 minus sin a under the root is equal to secant a plus tangent a. So again this is totally different part. We are having square root with this left hand side. So when you are having square root and the two terms are there, I need to rationalize it. Whenever you rationalize it, you take the opposite sign of the denominator. Terms you are having in the denominator with opposite sign. So when I am having 1 minus sin a, so I will take 1 plus sin a to rationalize it with square root. All the things will remain same with square root and but with opposite sign of the denominator. Why we take opposite sign? Because it gives us the identity a plus b, a minus b in the denominator. So in the numerator you are having 1 plus sine a whole square. I am taking square root as it is. Later I will convert it. Square root is as it is 1 plus sine a whole square in the numerator, and in the denominator 1 minus sine square a. So when here it is square with square root, it gets cancelled. So I am left with 1 plus sine a, and in the denominator 1 minus sine square is cos square a with square root, which gives us cos a. So 1 plus sine a upon cos a, you will get the simplified form after rationalizing it. Now I can take the two terms separately with denominator 1 by cos a plus sine a by cos a, which gives us secant a plus tangent a, which is equal to right hand side. Very simple question. Now seventh part, sin theta minus 2 sin cube theta upon 2 cos cube theta minus cos theta is equal to tangent theta. You have to prove it. So again I start with left hand side. You can see sin theta is common in the numerator and cos theta is common in the denominator. So I can take common, then sin theta is common, 1 minus 2 sin square theta. From cube 1 sin theta taken common, you are left with square theta. And again cos theta is common in the denominator, so 2 cos square theta minus 1. So from cube 1 cos is taken common, we are left with square theta. So now again I can see this 1. I can apply the identity sin square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1. I can replace this 1 by this identity to solve it. So sin square theta plus cos square theta minus 2 sin square theta, and again here 1. So because here it is with negative sign, so you have to keep it in mind that you will write this identity in bracket. If you are not putting the bracket, then directly put the negative sign with all the terms, because negative is outside. So when you open the bracket, it will keep in your mind that you have to change the sign. If you are not putting it, then definitely you will do the mistake here. So sin square theta plus cos square theta minus 2 sin square theta, and in the denominator cos theta common 2 cos square theta minus sin square theta plus cos square theta. Now you can see the like term, sin square theta minus 2 sin square theta will give you minus sin square theta. So cos square theta minus sin square theta in the bracket and sin theta outside. And when you open this bracket, the terms sign will be changed. All the terms will be negative sign, minus sin square theta minus cos square theta. So again these are like terms, 2 cos square theta, so which will give you cos square theta minus sin square theta. So this is the common term which is in numerator and denominator both. I can cancel it. I am left with sin theta by cos theta, that is tangent theta, which is equal to right hand side. Now this 8th part, it is also very important from exam point of view. Many times it is asked in the exams. Sin a plus cosecant a whole square cos a plus secant a whole square is equal to 7 plus tan square a plus cot square a. So I start with left hand side, as it is the square, so I am simply opening the square, applying the identity a plus b square is equal to a square plus b square plus 2ab. So sin a square sin square a, cosecant a square is cosecant square a plus 2 into sin a into cosecant a, and for the second bracket again same applied identity, cos square a plus secant square a plus 2 times secant a into cos a. So I am now here collecting the terms, sin square a plus cos square a. I can collecting the terms and keeping it one bracket. Cosecant square a is kept as it is, secant square a is kept as it is. Now these two mixed terms, you can see 2 sin a cosecant a, I can write 2 sin a into 1 by sin a, because cosecant a is reciprocal of sin a. And here also you can take any one as reciprocal, either secant or cos any. So I am taking secant a as it is and cos a 1 by secant a. So these gets cancelled and I am left with 1 sin square a plus cos square a. Identity is applied, so it is 1, and this is, take the terms as it is, cosecant square a plus secant square a. These are as it is, plus 2 and plus 2. This is from here 2 and this is here 2. So 2 plus 2 plus 1 is 5 plus cosecant square a plus secant square a. And we know the identities, secant square a is, cosecant square a is, you can write directly here 1 plus cotangent square a, and for secant it is 1 plus tangent square a. Directly identities are applied 5 plus 6 plus 1 7 plus tangent square A plus cotangent square A, which is our right hand side. Very important question. We have to simply apply open the brackets by applying the identity A plus B whole square on both the terms, and then collecting the terms from one time, because this is the identity sin square theta plus cos square theta is 1. Two terms are kept as it is and others are taken simplified to get the, again two identities are applied to get the result. Now ninth part, cosecant A minus sin A into secant A minus cos A is equal to 1 by tan A plus cot A. In this part again also we will move separately from left hand side and from right hand side. So from left hand side when we start, again I am changing cosecant A into 1 by sin A and secant A into 1 by cos A, taking the reciprocal. So 1 minus sin A by sin A, 1 by cos A minus cos A. Taking sin A LCM, 1 minus sin square A. Taking cos A LCM, 1 minus cos square A. And 1 minus sin square A is cos square A by the identity, and 1 minus cos square A is sin square A using the same identity. So 1 cos A, cos square A and cos A gets cancelled, and here also sin A gets cancelled. So you are left with cos A sin A. Now I start with right hand side, 1 by tangent A plus cotangent A. So I am changing tangent and cotangent into sin and cos. So it will become 1 by sin A cos A, sin A by cos A and cos A by sin A. So if I take the LCM in the denominator, what I am having, sin A cos A, and here sin square A plus cos square A. So this is the main, and when I take the again reciprocal, it becomes 1 into sin A cos A upon sin square A plus cos square A. And sin square A plus cos square is the identity. So what I am left with, sin A cos A. So you can see left hand side and right hand side both becomes equal, which proves our identity. So in this part we have moved separately to prove this identity. Now last part, 1 plus tan square by 1 plus cot square A is equal to 1 minus tan A by 1 minus cot A whole square is equal to tangent square. Now here we are having three parts are there. So the two signs of equality are there. So what we try to do, we try to do first part equal to third and second also equal to third. So all the three parts become equal in that way. So if I start with first part, 1 plus tan square upon 1 plus cot square, it is the direct identity which we have done, the three identities which we have done. So 1 plus tan square is secant square A and 1 plus cot square is cosecant square A. So secant square A can be written as reciprocal of cos. So it is 1 by cos square A and secant square is 1 by sin square A. You can't change the angle, and must remain the same. So 1 by cos square A and 1 by sin square A, I write it in this way to get tangent square A. So first part I have proved it with the third one. Now I am going to prove the second part is also equal to the third one. So 1 minus tan upon 1 minus cot A whole square. So I am changing it into sin and cos. Tangent can be written as sin by cos and cotangent can be written as cos by sin. So taking LCM in the numerator, cos A minus sin A, and in the denominator sin A is the LCM, so sin A minus cos A and whole square is there. Now if I write it in a more convenient way, so it becomes cos A minus sin A upon cos A multiplied by sin A. Sin A goes in the numerator now, upon sin A minus cos A whole square. This is the whole square. So I can see here cos A minus sin A, and here it is sin A minus cos A. With taking negative sign common, these terms will be same. So I write it minus taking sign common, sin A minus cos A upon cos A into sin A upon sin A minus cos A. Taking minus common, sin A minus cos A upon cos A and into sin A upon sin A minus cos A, and you are having the whole square with bracket, whole square is there. So when this term cancels, you are left with negative of sin A upon cos A, and with whole square. And when you square it, it becomes sin square A upon cos square A, which is equal to tangent square A. So all the three parts we have proved that they are equal to tangent square. First part proved equal to third, tangent square A, and when second part equal to third, again all the three parts are equal. This proves our last 10th part. All the 10 parts are different from each other and very important. The more you do the practice, the more it will be clear to you in which question you have to do which steps. That's it.